Hello friends, welcome back to my channel Language and Life Skills. I am Matthew Antakalil. Today's topic of discussion is on anger. What is the healthy response to anger? Anger is an emotion many of us experience. How well do we handle this emotion? The three possible responses to anger are explosion, suppression, and expression. Which of these is healthy? Are all three acceptable? Let us see the first, explosion. This is a wild outburst at provocation, unwarranted generalizations, and often exaggerated accusations. Sometimes physically violent, slapping, hitting, throwing things around, kicking, smashing furniture or glass windows. It may be accompanied by deeply hurting words, insult, arousing hatred against us. No one has a right to violent explosion because it hurts people. When you have violent explosion, you also lose your self-control. And if you explode before authorities, you will pay for it. I remember some years ago, when I was a principal in a school, a parent was daring enough to insult me with a bad word in my office. And I told him that he could not step into the campus anymore. That was the sanction for his violent outburst there. Those of you who are students, if you are angry with the principal at school, you don't go home and take it out on your younger brothers or sisters. That is cowardice. Well, the second response to anger is suppression, which is the opposite of explosion. You deny your feeling of anger. You suppress it. You think it is unworthy of a gentle person. But you may be muttering under your breath, and you may be boiling inside. This will happen especially before authorities whom we are afraid to face. If you go to bed with this suppressed anger, it may disturb your sleep or spoil your appetite. Your body feels uncomfortable with this suppression, and it may react with acidity, stomach ulcers, headache, allergies, etc. This is not healthy. It harms you. Third, and healthy way of response to anger is expression. Your feelings are neither good nor bad. They just are. And you have a right to your feelings and a right to express your feelings. Sometimes our anger is justified and reasonable. Suppose somebody is grabbing your purse or your cell phone. You have a right to defend yourself. Somebody might have stolen your money. You have a right to get it back. You have a right to express your feelings. It is necessary for your physical and mental health. But you have no right to offend others or to hurt others. Do not call others names or exaggerate things, blow things out of proportion. Say just what you feel. You cannot say, for example, you are a fool, you are a born liar, you don't have any sense. These are all insults. But you are right in saying things like, this is unfair, I do not like it, it is hurting me, I'm very upset, etc. When you say this, you are not accusing others. You are just saying what you feel, and you are right to that. To sum up, do not explode. If you explode, you hurt others. Do not suppress. If you suppress your anger or feelings, you hurt yourself. You are doing damage to yourself. But then what you do? Express. When you vent your feelings, you will be free from them. And you have a healthy outlet for your anger. Let us see a few life situations. You are riding a bus. The bus conductor has not given you back your change. The trip is about to end. You have a right to ask him for the change. You don't need to call him a liar or a cheat or call him other names. Or You are a school girl, high school girl. As you are passing by a group of boys, they pass some comments on you. You need not hang your head down. You can approach them and tell them politely that you do not like to hear personal comments. Once again, you might be traveling in a bus. Somebody is stamping on your toes and you do not realize it. Do not call that person stupid or a fool, but you can just politely say, "Hello, mister, you are stamping on my toes." Let me close with one or two very wonderful incidents where people with sense of humor were able to diffuse difficult situations, tense situations. One is about an ordinary village lady. One evening she was returning from the fields, leading a group of donkeys. From the opposite side came a city-bred young man riding on his fashionable bike. And when he saw this old lady with the donkeys, his imagination got tickled. And he said he would have some fun at her expense. So greeted her and said, "Good evening, mother of donkeys." What was her response? She was a very cool person. And she looked at him smilingly and said, "Good evening, my son, how are you?" Her wit and humor diffused the situation. Another example is from the life of Saint Francis de Sales, the gentleman saint. This bishop had a cook who was a die-hard drunkard. Very good cook, but very bad drunkard as well. The bishop had advised him many times about this, and he had promised to change his ways, but he never did. So one night, when the cook was very drunk, what did the bishop do? He carried the drunk cook into his own bed, the bishop's bed, tucked him into his bed, pulled the mosquitoes net around, and the bishop took a mat and he lay down on the floor and slept. The morning, the cook woke up late and looking around, he was bewildered. He did not know where he was. He jumped out of bed. Then he saw the bishop on the floor, and he apologized, knelt down, asked his pardon, and he promised never to drink again, and that promise was kept. This is how the gentleman saint Francis de Sales handled a difficult situation. Dear friends, let's remember, we can get angry. Sometimes there are just reasons for anger. We should know how to handle this anger. Do not explode, it harms others. Do not suppress, it harms you. But express your feelings in a polite and gentle way. If you like this video, please subscribe. Bye. See you another time.